Well, hello you guys. Welcome back to another weekly video here at Childcare Business Executive Tools. My name is Ashley Benz. I am the founder and creator of Childcare Business Executive Tools. And today I'm going to be answering your burning questions that you guys left for me. And so we're just going to do a live Q&A. So here's what I need for you guys to do. There's been a lot of things going on with me. I'm going to update you guys on what's been happening. But as I am just kind of doing some tech things, because right now I'm kind of working on a little bit of a different setup that I normally have. So for those of you that have been kind of following me, or you kind of hang out with me via Instagram stories or wherever, I have kind of redid my office. But I'm still working on like functionality. So right now I'm sitting at my chair here. I've got stuff in my lap. And anyway, I'm trying to kind of get myself together. So while I'm doing that, if you guys, as you're coming in, can you please say hello to me? Let me know you can hear and see me okay, that we don't have any type of tech issues. And while you're doing that, I am going to double check on my, I'm using my daughter's iPad down here so that I can kind of monitor what's happening on your end so that everything's looking okay. And then I'm also going to see if I can share this out with my group, because I had asked you guys yesterday, and we made a post in there yesterday about if you guys had any questions for me. You guys did. And so I think somebody had posted a question just a few minutes ago and was asking where I was. So anyway, I just want to make sure that my community can find me and that we are okay. So, okay, so I think, hang on, let me check sound really quick. Okay, sound looks good, video looks good. Okay, awesome, that is checked. And then let me go in here. Is there any way I can share this on? Yes, perfect, I can share. So let me go ahead and share this out. Again, as you're coming in, so that you can train Facebook's algorithm to make sure that when I am broadcasting that it like goes to your phone and gives you a notification. Come on in, say hello, give me some likes, give me some hearts, just do something with this video. And this really helps me out. It helps out the community. And it basically says, hey guys, we're over here and we're having a conversation. If you want to join us, here we are. And that's what that does. And that's what Facebook will do, or the algorithm will kind of push it out to those that like my Facebook business page and all of that fun, fancy stuff. So let me share this in a group, and then we're going to get started here. And I had some really good questions that came in, so I'm super excited to get those answered for you today. While I'm doing that as well, if you want to go ahead and grab you something to drink if you don't have anything. If anybody is new to me, that is what we do around here. So I'm just drinking some water, and y'all, because I'm going to tell you guys what's been happening, but I've got my faith cup today. It has been... Okay, so I'm trying to think about this entire year. I would have to say this week has probably been the hardest week of my entire year. I can't think, if I'm thinking back. And so anyway, I'll explain a little bit what's been happening. Let me share this out really quickly. Join me live. Join me live. Again, as you're coming in, go ahead and let me know that you can hear and see me okay, that you're here. And hang on, because I'm just going to say join me live here. Answering. Y'all, listen. I type with one hand. Like, this is how I do this is Nova's laptop. Y'all can see she's got stickers and stuff back there. But I don't know why. I don't do it with two hands. I do one hand. I don't know why I do that. Because, I mean, obviously, you know, on the computer and stuff like that, on my keyboard, I mean, I use two hands, but I don't know. So, go figure. It's just what works for me. I probably need to learn how to do two, but I'm not going to say I'm old, but it makes me feel old. So, anyway. All right, answering your burning questions. Okay, there we go. And... how do I get this thing to go back down? Okay, I'm just going to say answering your burning questions, post. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. All right, so let's jump in. Again, I'm going to be answering your burning questions. And this is a live Q&A. Again, I had asked you guys yesterday, we posted in the community group. If you had any questions, let me know. And so I'm going to get those answered. For those of you that are new to me, again, my name is Ashley Benz. I'm the founder and creator of Childcare Business Executive Tools. I am a former owner, operator, director of a childcare business for 10 years. And basically what I do, if you're just kind of wondering like, well, what do you do here, or what's this all about? I basically help you guys. So if you're trying to get started in the childcare business industry, you want to own your own childcare business in your home or a center, I help you get started. I have a course titled the How to Get Started Academy, and that's where I teach people how to go from zero and in regards of not knowing what to do to getting their childcare program licensed and up and running. And then I help childcare owners learn how to automate your childcare business so that you can do 3 things: ensure that you have a quality program, ensure that your program is financially healthy, and also ensure that you have a quality of life and a really great work-life balance. So my quick story is that I owned a childcare business for 10 years, and the quality of program was there, but the financial health of the program and my quality of life was not there for the first 6 years I was in business until I employed Childcare Business Automation. So I will be giving you guys some information on that towards the end of the video. If you're interested in either starting your childcare business or automating, I'll be sure to leave links below. Now, one last thing here is I want to invite you to like, love, and share this video out. We're going to be talking today. Some questions that came through is about staffing. So I think that was mainly, I feel like there was staffing was a question. There was another question that came in. So we're going to be really talking a lot about staffing and things like that. So please, 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 if you know of any childcare owners or anybody that's trying to get started or anyone that could use this video, please share it out with them so that they can get this valuable information I'm getting ready to share. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, what I need for you to do is give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not, because I post up videos every week on my channel. And if you ever want to join me live over on Facebook, you can find me. I usually broadcast between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursdays. Now today I'm running a little bit behind schedule, and sometimes, guys, you'll find me running behind schedule, but that's the beauty of owning your own business, right? So anyway, you can find me over on Facebook between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And like I said, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you are notified when videos are posted. Now, with that being said, next week for me is fall break, so I won't be on here next week, but the week after, we'll be back on our normal weekly broadcast schedule. So, all right, you guys. Okay, question number 1. Let me switch over here. And testimony. I forgot. Okay, I always do testimonies. Anytime I'm helping somebody, anytime you guys send me an email, anytime you send me anything that is helping you, I always share this with the community. So let me do that really quick, and then we'll get into the first question. So this is from Lakeisha Collins. Lakeisha Collins is a member of the Childcare Business, my Childcare Business mastermind called the Childcare Business Executive Mastermind. And this is what she said the other day. She says, Ashley Benz, thank you. You have definitely challenged me. I want to be sure to complete everything in the Crush It Challenge. I'm so glad I signed up to be a part of the mastermind group. And so what we do every single month inside that mastermind is I challenge you guys. I challenge the members inside the program on something. This month, which is actually going to be released today. So if you're a masterminder, that is coming out. There's 2 new trainings that's coming out. As soon as I get finished doing this video, we'll be getting that out to you guys. And so this month, I am challenging my those that are getting started. I'm giving you guys information on if you are stuck in the 4th quarter of this year, which is pretty common for people to be stuck. If you're getting started, I'm going to challenge you to get some things done. I got some things in specific that I'm going to be asking you to do. If you are automating, I'm going to be challenging you to dissect, prep, and to start planning and just really getting some things in place for your automation. So what I'm doing this month for my masterminders is getting you guys ready for 2020. This is the time to do it. And this month, I'm going to be challenging you to do some things to get yourself prepared. So anyway, that is that. let's see, who do I have? Hi, Maribel. How are you? So glad to see you here. And so anyway, Lakeisha, I'm so glad that I challenged you. You are crushing it. We call our challenges Crush It Challenges because that's what I want you guys to do, and I want members to do inside the program, is to crush it every single month. And so those challenges come out at the beginning of the month. It gives you guys members all month to get it done. And I love seeing the results and the benefits that you guys get for your child care businesses. So Lakeisha, I am so excited for you, and I cannot wait to see you crush it this month because I've got some new stuff for you. Okay, so the questions that came in, you guys, let me switch my screen here, and where is it? This one? Okay, here we go. So this is from Misty Sullivan, and Misty says, hi, Ashley. I may have a client for sick care and emergency care, but the only thing is that the client may need me on days I'm not available. I think I can have a friend to fill in for me on the days I'm not available, but I need to figure out how they can get a background check and fingerprints if they're not working in the child care field. All right, so that's a great question. So Misty is working on opening up her child care business. Excuse me, but she wanted to kind of go ahead and start doing a mobile child care business, which is something that we teach inside the How to Get Started Academy. So Misty, as far as background checks, that's pretty basic. But if you go to your local, actually, you're gonna just do a Google search on background checks. And where are you in, Misty? Where are you located at? You're not in Alabama, but you're somewhere in the South. If you just Google background checks in your county, so put your county in, there will be information. Usually you can run background checks downtown somewhere. I think ours is done because it's new. They just changed it, but I want to say it's where you get your license at. So the DMV office, or it might be a courthouse, but those are very simple, and you can get those online. So a lot of states or counties will have those where you can actually go online and do it all online, or you can actually, I think some of it's done online. You do the paperwork aspect of it, and then you can send the person downtown where they actually get fingerprinted. But that should be pretty basic. And you listen, you guys, this is funny. And I forgot to tell you guys about my week, so I'm going to do that here in a minute. But you can get a background check on anybody. It does not matter, okay? So if it depends on what the system is and all that kind of stuff, you can run background checks on people. I know for me personally, if I was in the dating world, I would be running a background check on the guy that I'm dating. But it's pretty easy to do. You can do that. So Misty, I hope that answers your question. Okay. The next thing is, and before we get into that, I do want to just share with you guys what's happening because I'm asking for prayers. So this week, you guys, has been, like I said, the hardest week that I've had in the entire year. And my daughter, Nova, so for those of you that are new to me, I have a 4-year-old, and her name is Nova. And she's been dealing with some stomach issues for the last, ever since Labor Day. And so anyway, we found out that she does have some severe stomach problems, and it's just been a whirl. This is my first day back to work this week, and then next week is fall break, so I'm probably going to have to work on Saturday just because by being fall break next week and all that. You guys know I normally don't do that, but there's some things I want to put in place for this month, and so anyway, I'll be working a little bit on Saturday and all that. But it's just been really, really hard. I dropped her off to school today. This was her first day back. She cried. I got in the car and cried. And anyway, so it is what she's dealing with is something that it's curable. We can work on it, at least as of now. And so with medication and some changes in her diets, we should be able to kind of get her gut health is what it is, kind of back on track. But anyway, just asking for prayers because it's been a very hard week for me as a mom. What I do want to say about that, you guys, is that this is why I teach child care business automation. This is why I teach this. This week, you guys, this was happening over the weekend. And so Monday, we got up to do our regular routine. Nova was sick. There was no way I was going to send her to school. And then we took her to the doctor Tuesday because they couldn't get us until Tuesday. And so basically Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week was unexpected for me to be off from work This is why I teach childcare business automation, you guys. And I'm glad that we're talking about the staffing, that you guys have these questions on staffing, because I'm going to address this today. This is why I teach this. Because you know why? Life happens. And do you also want to know what else? Here's the thing about it. Your childcare business and you, two totally different lifestyles. Your childcare business has a life of its own. You have a life of your own. It should never be that you're in a situation where your child is sick and you've got to be off for 3 days, and then your childcare business just can't function without you. Okay? And this is why I teach this stuff. This is why I'm so passionate about teaching it. You should never be in a position where you cannot get off from work, where if something happens, where you can just literally drop everything. Because this week I've had to drop everything with Childcare Business Executive Tools to be able to take care of Nova. And she is my first priority. I am her mother, and she is my first priority. And so I just can't stress it enough to you guys. If you don't have childcare business automation in place, if you don't know what it is, if you need help with it, please get it in place. Get the systems in place. Life is going to happen, and when it does, and you're talking about your family members or your child, you're going to want to be there. And you also, at the same time, though, you don't want your business to go under, because, listen, guys, I mean, this is how you make your living. So the things that we need to take care of our children, doctor bills that I've got with her now, that we have with her, medications that she's on, diets, and all these kind of things, it costs money. And if your childcare business is not able to function and run the way that it needs to be, right, while you're taking care of these things, then you can't take care of your children. I'm so passionate about it, you guys. And today, I mean, this week, it just really, really hit home for me. So anyway, I just want to say that, and we're definitely going to get into the staffing. So let me see. I see some questions or comments that's going on. So let me go over and check that real quick, if my thing will let me do that. And as always, it's stuck. So hang on. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, so hang on. Let me go, and I'm going to do, if I can see comments. Oh, here we go. Brittany says, hey, Brittany, how are you? Oh, I'm so excited you caught me. Maribel, hello. I feel like, okay. Thank you so much, Sherry. I really appreciate that. So I think all of this, okay. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate that, you guys. All right, y'all. So anyway, I'm going to be giving more information on childcare business automation and all that good stuff in a few minutes. Okay, question number 2, I think we're on, is Sonia Prater. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Sonia. Paulina says, in the How to Get Started Academy, there's a section for staffing, but it's locked or it says it's coming soon. Okay, Paulina, you're talking about, that's not in the How to Get Started Academy, that's the Automation Academy. And what you need to do is, let me ask you this question. Are you on the new platform? Because everything that you have access to over on, which is childcaresuccesses.com, it's kind of things are shifting, and emails and all that stuff have went out, but you actually will want to get over on the new platform, and staffing and those things are coming soon, but a lot of stuff is so new, and so all that's over on the mastermind platform, which you do have access to. If you, I think, Paulina, I'll have to, I gotta check your account, but I feel like you have access to the, because you're a member of the Automation Academy, right? I know that you are. So if you are, then by default, you get access to all the new stuff, okay? If you have questions, Paulina, just send a email to support@ashleybenz.com so that we can get into your account and make sure that you are switched over to the new platform, okay? Okay, so Sonia, tips on hiring reliable staff. I have to terminate someone tomorrow due to excessive being absent. All right, so this is the tips on how to hire in reliable staff. Now, I do want to say this to be just first off, okay? It is very hard to find reliable staff. Paulina, you said yes. Okay. Do you know is that yes to you that you've gotten into the new platform? And just answer that question, then I'll jump back in. So number one, it is hard to find reliable people we already know the childcare business industry is one of the hardest industries in regards to turnover. Okay, that's going to be, you're going to have a high turnover rate. A lot of it is due to things that's kind of out of our control. A lot of it's due to pay. A lot of it's due to just finding the right people. There's people that come in, they think they want to work with children, and they come in and they find out they don't, because it's more work than just what, especially if you're running a child care program that is providing quality. Teachers are not going to be able to come in and just kick back and sit down and just, babysit all day. And so a lot of the times what you find is you find a lot of young people, and I will say this, okay, no offense to anybody that's young or anything like that, but I will say this, you find a lot of young people that, they just, I'm just going to be honest, y'all know me. Work ethic is just not what it used to be anymore. You get young girls that come in and they think they love working with children, but they see that they're going to have to come in and actually get up, right, and interact with kids, and do things. And so you're going to get that a lot. So here is what I always say when I'm teaching about staffing, is that there's 3 phases of staffing, okay? And I see comments coming in, so let me switch over and make sure that I'm getting you guys'. Hang on. Okay, yeah, Paulina, just reach out to us. We'll get you taken care of, okay? All right. But when it comes to the actual phases of hiring, there is the attract phase, there is the hiring phase, and then there is the retain phase, okay? And then there is also termination, when we need to get rid of people. So I guess there's really 4 phases, which these are things I'm updating. So I've always taught the 3 phases, but now I'm going to actually go in and do phase 4. And this is what I do in the mastermind. So the mastermind is all the brand new stuff. These are things that pop up just like that in my brain. It's like, oh, new training, right? I'm going to update that, that training or that teaching or that, how I teach things. And so that's what I love about the mastermind. It's the most latest and greatest of things I do and teach. So attract, hire, and retain and terminate if we need to. I don't even like to, obviously we're going to have to terminate people if they're not working out, right? And I think your question was, let me go back to it, Sonia, is you've got to terminate someone tomorrow due to excessive being late and stuff like that. And so tips on finding reliable people. Here's my tip on that. If I give one tip. Always have applications, resumes, whatever you have rolling in at all times, okay? That is going to be your number 1 tip on how to find reliable people. You've got to always have your applications. They need to be laying on your desk, in your inbox at all times. And I'm talking about new ones coming in all the time, okay? It has to be a faucet that never gets turned off. And it needs to be dripping, drip, drip, drip. Today I got into applications. Yesterday I got in 1. Whatever the case is, it needs to always be that little faucet that's always dripping. And then what I like to say is that now when our business is getting ready to go into a state where you can kind of see you need some new employees and things like that, then we got to turn that faucet on and we got to have a stream of applicants coming in. The beauty of that is that in your case, Sonia, okay, and I guess the question I'm going to ask to you is, do you have any applications laying on your desk right now? Because now you're going to have to terminate this lady or whoever today, right? But then you're going to have to fill in her spot. I don't know what her position was, but we all know that in a child care business, we are dealing with staff-to-child ratios, which means that I can't just get rid of somebody. And I've been in that position. I remember being in that position where it's like, I have to keep this person on because I don't have anybody else I can get in here. And if the state comes in here, right, and my taller classroom needs 2 teachers, but I've got to get rid of so-and-so, I'm kind of stuck. So I got to keep in a teacher that really should not be there, okay, and all that stuff, okay. It's too much. It's just too much drama, right? So what you do is you always have those applications coming in, and then, hey, listen, if If I got to let go of Sally Sue today, no problem, right? Now, the other thing that I teach is what I call a automated substitute program, okay? Now, having those applications come in is a little bit of snippet of that, but then it goes even bigger than that because you should always have subs, but this is different than just a basic sub program. Because the one thing about subs, if you don't use them, you'll lose them. So what I teach is to have an automated sub program. And again, you know, I teach all those things inside of the mastermind, the Childcare Business Executive Mastermind. But the main thing I want you guys to take away from all this, keep having those applications coming in, okay? Okay, the next one is Paulina says, I need to know how to hire good staff and how to terminate staff as well. Okay, so Sonia and Paulina are having the same thing going on. And so what I'm going to do, Paulina, is since you're in the mastermind, let me think, because what's being really today is all about the automation stuff. Since you're in the mastermind, let me go ahead and work up a newer training on staffing and get that out, okay? So I'll get with you whenever you email us at support. I'll be kind of letting support know your ticket's going to be coming through. And I'm just going to go ahead and get something ready because I think it's kind of would be great for us to go ahead and put that in there. And especially because since we're getting ready to go into January and that, you know, things change, beginning of the year, people, you got all kinds of stuff that happens, okay, with staff and family. So I'm going to go ahead and get something, you know, up and running, a new training and stuff in the program for that. But what I want to say in regards to the hiring process, you guys, is you got to make sure that you're working on attracting. And this is kind of where everybody messes up in finding those reliable people, is that they're not working on attracting the right kind of person that's going to fit the culture of your program, right? Because the kind of staff that works for me may not work for you, okay? You know, and so that's going to be, a lot of things play into that. That could be demographics. It could be location. It's just going to be the culture of where you live at, you know, and things like that. So there's a lot of things that play into attracting the right kind of person. But at the end of the day, first of all, you got to know who you need to be attracting or what kind of culture that you even want to have in your program. So my culture was, and this is the way I look at it, always, okay? When you are hiring out people, you should be hiring out people that's an extension of who you are. So, you know, I always say this because hiring, and if you look at your team of people that you have, it is a form of you in some way, form, or fashion. And we either have the best version of ourselves in our staff and our teachers, or we have the worst version of ourselves and our staff and our teachers. And so because, you know, we attract who we are. No birds of a feather flock together. And so if you have the wrong staff, and if you're attracting the wrong staff, that is because there's something that you are giving off. There's an energy that you're giving off when you're looking for staff that is attracting that in. It could be mindset. It could be the fact that if you don't have reliable staff, it could be the fact that you're thinking to yourself, it's hard, I can't find them. And so if you keep telling yourself that over and over and over again, then all your actions and interactions with people that you are interested in hiring, that's going to come off in some way. That's what you're attracting. Then you're attracting the people that are not reliable because you are telling yourself the lie that you can't find somebody that's reliable. So what you do, you settle. You settle for less. You get somebody that comes and you already know, you can tell, you can look at them and tell, you ask questions on their interview. You already know they're not really a great fit, but because I need a body in here today, you're coming in. Okay. And then, you know, it's almost like a quick fix. It's almost like a quick fix because then you're bringing her in just because you need a body today or whatever. But then when it's time to get rid of that person, you can't do it because you don't have this engine that's running that allows you, that gives you the leverage to get rid of so-and-so and bring so-and-so else in. That's the way that it should be. Okay. You need to get rid of so-and-so. No problem. Hey, listen, so-and-so, you're in. It's almost like a game of football or any kind of sports game, right? right? You always need to have somebody on the bench waiting to be put in the game. Okay, and that is what I go over is the substitute, the automated substitute program. Okay, that's kind of the gist of that. Now let's go into terminating. And I'm going to give you guys my story of when my very first time I had to let go of a teacher. Okay, and I was nervous. I really didn't know what to do. I didn't really have anything in place. It was just kind of, okay, you've got to go, so I've got to tell you, okay? And so I'll never forget it. And I'm going to tell you what happened. Let me tell you about this employee. So I had an employee. On the surface, great. Okay? She was pretty reliable. Great with the kids, very energetic, great with the parents. Talked a little bit long to my parents when they came into the doors and was just kind of over excessive with that. But, you know, she was coming from a good place for the most part. But one thing that she was trying to do was she was trying to run my business. Okay. And that's a problem. When I have hired you to run your classroom, but you're trying to come in and run my business that I started from scratch, that's not going to happen. No, sorry. No. If you want to have your own childcare business, by all means, you know, go start one of your own, but don't come into mine trying to run mine. Okay. That's not going to work for me. Okay. And so anyway, I will never forget this. It was busy. I don't know what I was doing, but it was super, super busy. And I don't even remember all the details, but what I do remember is that she wanted me to stop my day. Okay. Now at the time, you guys, my center was designed where I had an assistant director and I was more of the director role, not really an owner role yet, but I was more in the director role. So I was there, you know, dealing with whatever. And she wanted me to stop my day to go help you change a diaper. I'm not happening. And I forget what it was, but she said something to the effect of, oh, this is what she said. I was coming through her classroom, you know, and I was busy. I was on my way to my office to do whatever I was trying to do. And so as I was coming through, hey, Miss Ashley, I got a diaper that needs to be changed over here. Can you go change that for me? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What? Did you just ask me to change a diaper? No, get it. I don't have it. I've changed all kind of diapers, right? And I don't mind to stop and help my teachers and team and things like that when when they need help, but not just because, you know, you're not following what I've asked you to do with making sure of how I need the classrooms to be ran. And then you want to stop me to help you change a diaper when you can do that. No, that's not going to work for me. That's not going to work for me. And then there were some other things that was, you know, kind of had led up to that. So I don't want to say that was the only thing. And so I went to my office, I sat down, and I just had this gut. And if you guys have been running a business or I think we've all had this experience where you just kind of know that it is time to cut someone out of your life. And in this case, it was time to cut somebody out of my business. They just didn't need to be there anymore. And so I went to my office and I had this gut feeling, and it was just like, okay, I was like, Ashley, you got to do this. She's got to go. And you know she's got to go, but how am I going to do it? Like, how am I going to actually have the conversation? I've got to call her in my office. You know, I'm going to have to figure out who's going to take over her stuff. Like, do I do it in the beginning of the day? And it was just so much stuff going through my head. And so I remember I called her in my office, and this is what I did do. Okay. That was kind of helped me kind of shape how I terminate people and things like that moving forward. But what I did do was I stated all the facts. Okay. So I didn't go in there and I did not get emotional or anything like that, even though, you know, I am an emotional person. I'm the kind of person I wear my heart on my sleeve. If something's wrong with me, you're gonna know it. Okay. I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat anything. And so anyway, I just told her, I said, look, this is what it is. Here's all the facts. And today's your last day. Okay. And you know, that whole thing, it's just an awkward moment. Nobody likes to do all those things, but it was the best thing that I need to do. And so from that point on, from then I was like, okay, from now on, I got to have me a better system in place. here is the one thing I want you guys to take away from terminating people. Document. Okay? Document. Because, you know, whenever you're getting rid of somebody, there's laws that's involved. You've got workers' comp, not workers' comp, but unemployment law. We got a lot of laws that we have to, that you're going to end up getting yourself into if you do it the wrong way. And so documentation is going to be the best way that you can, or one of the things, okay, that you can do is you need to document. So that when you do need to terminate somebody, this is why I'm letting you go, okay? And that documentation will help you throughout whatever else is going to come along with terminating somebody, which can be, they call the state. I've had that happen before. They call the state and they file a complaint against you, and they're in your doors, or unemployment and all that kind of stuff. And so anyway, you guys, that is what I would definitely say about terminating. Let me see if I have any other comments, questions, and go back over here. This done locked me out. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. It's just one of those things where having systems in place and the automation in place, it just really helps for these kind of days that you have in your program to run smoothly. It's almost kind of like driving a car. And it's what I always tell, because what we call them is, when I teach automation, I'm teaching engines. And it's almost like driving a car, and things like that. But you just kind of know what to do. You go do it. Done. It's a done day, right? You don't have to take the stuff home with you emotionally. I mean, you will, but you don't have to, because you know that what you did was right, and you know that how you did it was right, and it doesn't affect, tomorrow's not going to be affected, right? Tomorrow we're going to come in, we're going to run smoothly. Yeah, I had to let go of so and so, but listen, guys, she's not going to affect, or he's not going to affect what happens for us tomorrow. We're going to come in, we're going to provide quality care. Our parents are going to feel comfortable with whatever's going on, because that's another thing too when you terminate somebody. But you got parents involved. There's a lot of people that's involved. You got parents involved, you got staff involved, you got kids involved, right? And it's depending on how large your center is. But even if you have a program that's of 100, that's going to be noticeable. Okay, so yeah, it's one of those things. Let me get over here and make sure that, here we go. Okay, hang on. Let me turn it down. So I'm going to end up hearing myself talk. Okay. Comments. Okay, I think we're good. Yes. Sherry, Brittany. Okay, perfect. All right, you guys. So with that being said, and let me double check up here just to make sure that we're good. Oh, okay. Brittany says, I just see it's different on here. Oh, Brittany says, what is the best way to get started on a low budget? Okay, so let me answer this question, Brittany. And this is the best way I'm going to tell anybody to get started if you're on a low budget. If you're starting, first of all, if you're on a low budget, you should be starting in your home anyway. Second, I want you to look at this like you are getting a space together for a newborn baby that's coming into your house. That's the way I always look at it. Whether that's a room you're going to be using. I mean, I would highly encourage you to have a room, that's dedicated, or a space that's dedicated to your business. A home basement is great for that. Or like in my case, when I started out, we did it in our, I guess now they're called, back in the 80s, they were called dens. Now they're called bonus rooms. But we did it in our bonus room, so it's kind of like the TV room. And so that's where we did it at. But literally, I mean, that's just it. Like, just do it as if you're going to be bringing in a baby in the house. So the things that you would need in a, infant, I mean, you're going to need other things that's going to be age appropriate, but it's almost the same thing. So just like when I set up Nova's nursery, I got what I needed. I got a bed, we got changing table, we got, and it doesn't have to be a whole lot of stuff either, you guys. Just get the necessities, okay? You don't have to have a full-blown on classroom. If you can't, that doesn't work. But just really invest in some kid-friendly chairs and furniture pieces. just invest in what you need. Just invest in what you need. And if you are, especially if you're starting in your home and you already have children, then you probably already got stuff that's already there, right? I think a lot of times, I don't know why people feel like that they have to have a full-blown out classroom. If your living room is all that you have, then just add some kid-friendly stuff in there, tables and chairs, and make it work, okay? The states don't really, or licensing is not really concerned about how your program looks, but they are more concerned about safety and the fact that there is kid-friendly, kid-sized chairs and the meals and all those kind of things. Now, parents are going to be concerned about how it looks, which is why, I always suggest people to reach out to somebody that can help you on room design, and really honestly, if you think about it, when you are setting up a home child care program in your home, you're really diving into interior design and, furniture spacing and all that kind of stuff. That's really all that you're doing. Okay. So I hope that makes it kind of more simple, and just kind of strips it down to really what it is, because that's really all that it is. And it's not any more than that. And then what you do is, once you get your child care business up and running, you're in home, you get 2 or 3 kids in, then you start reinvesting, and then you start buying the things or investing in the things that you really want to have. But, don't overstress that, okay? Don't overstress that at all. Pinterest has some amazing stuff, you guys, on that as well, okay? So just pictures you can, and get inspiration. I would highly suggest for you to go on Pinterest, create you some boards with classroom photos that you like. We post photos here a lot as well. My allergies are starting to act up. And, just don't make it bigger than what it is, okay? Okay, comments are coming in. Let me update this thing. Okay. Yeah. Hang on. Brittany's saying, for those of you that's on YouTube, she says, I have a very small house and 1 small room. My state only allows homes to have 6 children. That's pretty basic. That's what I started out with, Brittany, too, is 6. And I feel like 6 kids wouldn't be enough to save up money for a bigger place. It will. Yeah, you can start off with 6 kids. You can definitely start off with 6. I will tell you that, let me, hang on, Brittany, because my brain is going, as far as those 6 kids. Yeah, you can do that. That's what I did. So I started out with 6, actually I started with 3, and then we upped it to 6, and then, yes, it can be done. It can be done, okay? A lot of that is just, you're just going to have to make sure you're budgeting, make sure that you've got your finances all in order. And before you do that, Brittany, and anybody else that's out there that start with 6 kids, again, one of the things I teach, and that's the very first thing I teach, which we go over that in the How to Get Started Academy, is you got to make sure that you set your budget. So don't even go into it. Like right now, Brittany, the question that you have going in your mind that you don't think, what did you say? It's not going to allow you to save up enough money to have a bigger place. Well, you need to plan that out before you do that. And the beauty of starting on a clean slate, you guys, is that you can kind of set your prices and you can get your numbers, the magic numbers I call them, to be able to line up and everything, because that's what it is. Okay, because when you're budgeting and you're trying to set a budget that's going to work for a new child care business is coming up, it's called the magic numbers game. And so there's a lot of, lining up that we got to do to make sure that it's going to work, but it can work. Get it on paper or an Excel spreadsheet. What I have is, it's called the Child Care Business Budgeting Cash Flow Workbook, and get it all in there. And then if it looks good on paper, then most likely it's going to work out just fine, okay? I'm not saying you're not going to have any challenges or some little bumps you're going to have to go over, okay? But, if we plan it, most likely it's going to work out just fine, okay? I started out with 6 children, Brittany, and, I was able to continue to put profits back into my business and continue to grow it, okay, into a licensed childcare center. So it can be done. Okay, you guys, I gotta watch my time. Do I have any more questions on here? And what is my time, by the way? I'm not for sure. Okay, I think, you guys, that answers most questions that have come up here. And this is what I'm going to leave with you guys today. First of all, I want to leave with you guys I'm going to be talking about in the mastermind program today to my mastermind members, but I just want to share with you guys as well. Stop lying to yourself and saying that you can't, because that's what I hear a lot of. And that's what I hear a lot of when I'm working with people, talking to people in this community, is all I hear is, I can't, or I don't know how, or things like that. And let me just say this right now, okay? That kind of mindset is not for a childcare business executive. That is one of the reasons why I changed my business name, because you guys that know me know I started out being Childcare Success Tools, and I changed it to Childcare Business Executive, because that's what I am going to help you to do, is become an executive. Executives don't think that way. Executives don't think that I can't, or how can it be done. Executives say, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'm going to figure it out. Okay. And so executives go and they spend more time in the they spend more time out of the problem driven mode. Okay. And they spend more time into the solution driven mode. So what they do is they'll say, okay, I've got a problem. Okay. I see that. I see there's a problem there, but I can't focus on the problem. What is the solution? And one of the solutions that most of you all are going to have to get pat down is the mindset. And you're going to have to quit telling yourself the lies and telling yourself that you're stuck, because you're not stuck. And you've got resources. I mean, right here, Childcare Business Executive Tools is I provide a wealth of resources to you guys on how to do a lot of everything, basically. Okay, how to start, how to automate, how to terminate, how to hire, how to set up classrooms. I mean, anything that you want to know, I've been there, done that. And so that is what Childcare Business Executive Tools is all about. I provide you the solutions to be able to show you the how, okay? And also the mindset to let you know, quit lying to yourself and quit telling yourself that you're stuck, because you're not, okay? You're not stuck. Just get unstuck, right? Some things we just kind of, I think a lot of it's fear, but that's another thing too. Quit being afraid. There's nothing to be afraid about. If like my mom has always told me, and I'm going to tell you guys the same thing that she's told me, but if you see other people out here doing it, you can do it too. That means it's been done, which means you can do it as well, okay? And with the resources that you have, guys, listen, y'all, there is no excuse nowadays to not do this and not do this thing right. We've got, I mean, if nothing else, if you don't even get anything from me, go Google it, right? I mean, like, there's loads of stuff on there on Google on how to do things. I mean, literally, we are in an age where if you want to learn how to do anything, you can literally go. I mean, I would say other than a doctor. I would not want a doctor that's Googled how to do surgery on me. But there's a lot of things, you guys, you can learn how to do. So quit telling yourself the lies that you've been telling yourself, okay? This is the last quarter of the year, and if you continue to tell yourself these lies, then this time next year, me and you are going to be sitting here having the same conversation, okay? All right, little tough love there, you guys. Anybody that's new to me, welcome. My name is Ashley Benz, and I don't sugarcoat. So, okay. Okay. All right, guys. So, listen, Brittany, and anyone else that's interested in any of my programs that I teach, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you 3 links down below so you can get information on enrollments and all that kind of stuff, because the programs that I have right now, I don't have anything that's open for. Yes, I do. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going to give you information so you can go over there and see what's open for enrollment currently, what's not, how to get on the wait list. You can also email us as support if you need for us to, help you with anything. But here's what you're going to do. AshleyBenz.com is going to be the first link, okay? Go to my website, and literally my website is designed to help navigate you through and help you to find out how I can help you. And there's different options that's available on how I can help you. Also, the second link I'm going to send you guys down below is going to be my it's a free 4-part online virtual video training series titled How to Get Started, not titled How to Get Started, but it's the Childcare Business Startup Roadmap Guide. I walk you through majority of people that go through the training, guys, get their burning questions answered, okay? And it basically what I do is I give you the foundational pieces that you need to be able to learn how to start your childcare business. And that I'm going to leave that link there. I'm also going to do this. Now, my childcare business automation checklist is being updated currently. My plan is to have that ready by Monday. My plan is, but this has been a crazy week for me. What I'm going to do is for anyone that's interested in learning childcare business automation, I just want you to kind of watch this video and watch any other posts that I have coming out, because as soon as we get that ready, I'm going to give you guys the link to that, and it's going to be updated. It's pretty much done. We just got to package everything. But I've got a video in there. I'll walk you through how to start the automation process and all that stuff, and it's amazing, okay? I'm super excited about it. So when that is ready, I'm going to come back to this video and we'll update the information here. And then also you guys will see posts that go out. If you're on my email list, you'll see that as well. What other link do I want to leave for you guys? So I did the ashleybinns.com, the free 4-part video training series. I'll come in and update the I'll add the link and come in and update once the childcare business automation checklist is ready, which is free. It's all free. And then I'm also going to leave down my email list as well to go sign up for my email list. So that's where I send out weekly emails, newsletters, and that's where you really get, to be able to know like really what's going on. So, all right, you guys, listen, I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to kind of wrap up my day really quick, and I just want to go get my Nova. When I dropped off today, you guys, she was crying. It was so hard. I got in my car and I bawled myself out like a baby, and I called my mama and I was like, Mama, this is just, how did you ever do this? I just don't get it. So with that being said, okay, I'm going to end this video off with this. Again, this is what makes me passionate about teaching childcare business automation, about showing you guys how to start it successfully, because when you have that mom that leaves her child that's crying and, and she's got to go on with her day, you want to make sure that you have a program that makes her feel confident in you and your team and what you do there, that, that she can go on with her day and do whatever she does. Okay. And so I am so blessed to have an amazing, staff and teachers at Nova's school that she goes to that are just awesome. I mean, they are amazing, and I'm so thankful for them. And it just, them doing what they do has helped me get on here and do this for you guys, right? So you got to really think about what we're really doing here and what I'm doing here. And everything that I do here helps you as an owner and somebody getting started, but indirectly, it really serves the children, which is what, that's what I love. That's what I love. So anyway, you guys, have a great rest of your day. If anybody's going on fall breaks and all that good stuff, I hope you guys enjoy your fall breaks is coming up. I will be back in here on October don't know the date, but not next Thursday, but the next Thursday after, because again, next week is fall break for us. It will be quiet around here. We're not going to be doing a lot of posting and things like that. I'm going to be taking a semi-social media break and things of that nature. But I will post a little bit of anything that we're doing. Maybe like one post I'm thinking will come through. And then follow me on my Instagram stories. I do some stories here on the Childcare Business Executive Facebook business page. I've been kind of doing that. It's been working, been testing that out and seeing how that's been working. So, but if you are on Instagram, follow me, because I'll definitely be keeping everybody in the loop while we're on fall break as to what we are doing. And again, you guys, I appreciate you all so much. Hang in there. You've got this. You can do this. It can be done. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for joining.